A win in court for the police union in its battle against the city of Chicago's vaccine mandate.
And tonight, a judge has lifted the gag order on fiery police union president John Catanzara.
WGN's Mike Lowe is live at police union headquarters with the latest. Mike.
Jackie and Ray, good evening to both of you. The police union is holding a benefit here at Lodge Number 7 tonight, but they are no doubt also celebrating that judge's order issued just within the last hour or so. Tonight, a Cook County judge dealt a blow to the Lightfoot administration and lifted the gag order on controversial police union head John Catanzara, allowing him to resume making public comments and urging Chicago cops to defy the city's vaccine mandate. The order states, any present concern that Catanzara's comments could influence cops to create an illegal work stoppage is moot, since they are either already in violation or not.
Every step of the way, it's been sign the papers or get out of my face. Well, tomorrow will be in your face.
Tonight, the Fraternal Order of Police president posted a video calling on all Chicago cops who choose to defy the vaccine mandate to show up at police headquarters at 10 in the morning tomorrow, an attempt to force the city's hand.
We are asking all officers who intend on standing with their brothers and sisters and defying this mandate and not complying with the portal to show up.
So far, only about 25 officers have been placed on no-pay status for disobeying their direct orders. But Catanzara says the Lightfoot administration has been slow-walking the official determinations of non-compliance to avoid a staffing shortage. That's precisely what Catanzara hopes to create tomorrow, asking cops to physically show up and produce a political pressure point. This morning, prior to the Chicago City Council meeting,
the city cannot be run by one dictator.
Catanzara led a group of about 100 people in protesting the vaccine mandate outside of City Hall.
Thank you who showed up this morning at City Hall. It was pretty amazing to see that level of support and vocal resistance to a tyrant who is ruining this city every single day.
In the council chambers, Alderman Silvana Tabares and Anthony Napolitano introduced an ordinance that would have made mandates resulting in no-pay status be, quote, subject to city council approval, and would have rendered the vaccine mandate null and void. But it did not receive enough votes to advance.
We want to stay focused on protecting the people of Chicago. That includes the police officers of this department, who 4 have died from COVID.
Today, Police Superintendent David Brown said 70% of police officers have complied with the requirement to disclose their COVID-19 status on the city's web portal. 80% of those cops say they are vaccinated, and that means at least 56% of the city's roughly 13,500 officers are indeed vaccinated. In tonight's video, Catanzara repeated a threat he first delivered in person to the city council. Those who vote against union interests will face a union-backed challenge.
There's going to be a lot of aldermanic seats up for grabs. We're going to put out the list of who voted no.
And about the union's plan to descend on police headquarters tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Tonight, an internal memo has gone out to the police districts reminding officers who wish to self-report to do so in their district to their direct supervisor, not to go to police headquarters. Also reminding those officers that breaching protocols and defying direct orders is subject to discipline. One other thing of note here tonight, anyone who voluntarily goes into no-pay status is at risk of losing their health care benefits, a measure that would have allowed officers who are in no-pay status to keep their health benefits. That died in City Council today. Reporting live tonight in Westtown, Mike Lowe, WGN News.
All right, Mike, thank you.